Okay, is this working? There we go. That was really weird. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. That was a brutal first few minutes. So, my apologies. That was like 10 minutes of like nothing. Oh my god, there's an echo now. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Let me see here. Is there still an echo? Okay, how's this? Better? I think this is better. Okay. That was really weird. The same thing happened to me the other day where like no microphones were working and then 3 of them went on, and I don't even know how it's possible to have 3 microphones right now because like I just don't know. So hi everybody, hey Elias, hey Reese, hey Megan, hey Theme Park Lifestyle, and hey Ron. Thanks for joining in. Okay, good. Reese says we're better. That was the most bizarre thing ever. Okay, so we're good. We have quite a bit of things to talk about, and I did my whole intro, but if you are new here, my name's Lindsay, aka SwishWilly, and I talk about all things Disney. So if you're into that sort of thing, please make sure that you hit subscribe and click the notification bell. And yeah, I think I fixed everything. It was doing this weird, like, doing this really weird thing, but sorry, Reese just made me laugh going, why isn't Ron a mod? You know what? That's a very good question. So, you know, here you go. I feel like I should probably do that. That's so funny. Okay. There. Ron is now a mod. That is so funny. Okay. Alrighty. So, basically, yeah, so my name is Lindsay, aka SwishWilly. I talk about all things Disney, as I said. So if you are into that, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and make sure that you hit that like button as well and share the stream out to all of your friends and family because we have quite a few things to talk about today. But yeah, so where do we start? Where shall we start? I guess we can talk about the major news that kind of came out today, which more Disney resorts are opening very, very soon. So starting in September, they'll start to open again. So you're going to get the All-Star Music Resort, which is a lot of people's favorites. A lot of people stay in the All-Stars. They're super, super affordable. They're very close to property. You know, there's nothing really wrong with the value resorts at Disney. They're all the Disney resorts are nice. So, I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for. That one opens on September 16th. And, oh gosh, when can you start booking? I think you can start booking tomorrow. I think it's either tomorrow or Friday. Reese probably knows the exact date. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's maybe tomorrow. Yeah, and then you have Port Orleans Riverside is opening on October 14th. Port Orleans French Quarter is going to be opening on October 28th. And the All-Star Sports is going to be opening on December 9th. So it's a little bit varied as to where you go and when. However, that is very exciting. More resorts being open basically mean the capacity is growing. A lot more people will be getting employed by the Walt Disney Company, so that's really, really, really exciting. Okay, so Reese has confirmed that they are starting tomorrow on July 8th. Disneyland was really fun. It wasn't very crowded, and we got on all the rides. That's awesome, Elias. I really, really hope that you got the virtual queues running properly. I hope my video helped you. You were definitely in mind when I made that video, so I really hope that it worked out. But seeing as you said you got on all the rides, I'm going to safely assume you did. By the end of 2021, all Disney Resort hotels will be open, which is one of those feats that I feel like we all thought was never going to really happen because it just seemed like everything moved really, really slow, and then all of a sudden, everything changed. Like, by the end of 2021, we're going to forget that, well, maybe not forget, but we're going to kind of be in a place where we almost forgot what Disney was during a pandemic, which is actually pretty exciting because we are getting back to being way more normal across the globe. And yeah, so Disney is definitely owning that. So that's great for them. We have some new news going on in Disney Springs, which is finally Disney Springs is getting some love and something other than the holiday season. As you know, most of the stuff that goes on at Disney Springs are holiday related, like the Christmas tree stroll and things like that. And now they're having the Flavors of Florida, which is really cool. Hey Kira, thanks for joining. All right, so to be honest, no one in my family liked Web Slingers. Interesting. It was very lackluster ride in your opinion, but the pre-show was pretty cool. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And you know, and like this is kind of like my own thing where, not that I'm not interested in Web Slingers because it does sound pretty cool, but like Spider-Man is one of my least favorite rides at Universal. I know, unpopular opinion. However, so I think that's like why I'm like, I don't think I really care to try Web Slingers. I'll go on it because it's new. It should be exciting. But I think that's just kind of like what I have in the back of my mind is that it's very, like, I'm not a big Spider-Man fan in terms of the ride at Universal. So that'll be really interesting. But yeah, so Disney Springs, starting yesterday, they started the Flavors of Florida, and that goes all the way through to August 12th. So it is a shorter event. However, it is an event, and it's happening at Springs. And like I said, Springs needs some love every now and again. And like, I know Springs is always really, really busy, but it's always nice to bring in something there when everywhere else seems to kind of get exclusives, in particular Epcot, because they get all the festivals. So, and there's a little break right now between the, festivals, which is nice for everyone who works in Epcot. They can get a little bit of a break. And then next week, they're back to it. So yeah, Spider-Man till the, yeah, whatever. So Ron loves Spider-Man, clearly. I don't, okay, I like Spider-Man as a superhero. I just don't care for the ride at Universal. So that's just that. I'm sorry guys, but it was so boring. It reminds me of Toy Story Mania website. Interesting. Interesting. So Elias, what do you think? Toy Story Mania, like? Talking about Island, sorry Web Slingers disappointed. Yeah, I'm sorry Web Slingers disappointed. I definitely thought it was going to be something crazy cool because, I mean, it's Avengers and it was Avengers Campus. And yeah, I mean, I think you just really automatically assume that all new attractions are going to be fantastic because they do have like the new technology and all that stuff. So that's actually really, really interesting. That's really interesting. And thank you for sharing your opinion, Elias, though. It is good to know because then maybe I won't expect so much and maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised or maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, Elias was correct. Also got on Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout for the first time. Literally was so scary. Also got on the Incredicoaster 2 times, on Splash Mountain 3 times. You had a fantastic park day, it seems. So that is awesome. Okay, interesting. So Toy Story Mania vibes. That's really interesting. Okay. I wonder if it's like Men in Black in Universal Studios. I wonder if it's kind of like that. Because I feel like if it's kind of like Toy Story Mania, I guess, like, Men in Black is similar to in that regard, I guess. A little bit. Interesting. Okay. Well, now I really, really can't wait to go on it so I can kind of see what you're saying, for sure. That's really interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's dive into what's going on at Springs for the Flavors of Florida, shall we? So we have a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's a lot to go through, but you know what? So what I'm going to do is I will direct you to what I'm reading right now because they do a great job on these blog posts. So I will direct you to this once we're done chit-chatting about it. So we're just going to talk about like my favorite places to go. So the first place we're going to talk about is Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. So they're going to have tender fried gator bites, which is marinated gator, lightly seasoned, and deep fried served with house-made remoulade and hot sauce. Now, okay, a lot of people are afraid to try things like alligator. It kind of has like the ones that I've had, I don't know about this one, it kind of has like that, like KFC, like popcorn chicken kind of feel to it. I don't know if anybody's had that, but also we had to wait like 45 minutes to even get into Web Slingers after checking in for the virtual queue. You know, and that happened to me That happened to me with Web Slingers. That happened to me with Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios, my very first time getting on it. So I vlogged it, and there is a vlog on my channel, and like the queue part is really, really long because I was sitting there for so long, and I tried to like up the speed, but that queue is also very cool, so I want people to see it. But yeah, so I feel that I was in like, I feel like I was probably waiting longer than 45 minutes the first time I went on Rise Against. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's a band. First time I went on Rise of the Resistance. So I feel like that's kind of normal with stuff that's brand new, even though you do have the virtual queue. I mean, 45 minutes isn't that bad considering what that standby wait would have been. So, hey Nat, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're just chit-chatting a little bit about the Web Slingers because Elias was just at Disneyland. So he's filling us in. He's a little disappointed in it. And apparently it's like Toy Story Mania. So that's interesting. It's like chicken. Yes, Gator is like chicken for sure, for sure. So now we are going to get into the stuff that you and I get excited about very, very soon. But right now we're talking about the flavors of Florida that's happening at Disney Springs. So we have that. Let me see here. I'm just going to like scroll down to like my fave places. Maybe not all of them are participating, but... Okay, so Paddlefish. Paddlefish is going to have the Florida Shrimp Feast, which is peel and eat Key West pink shrimp, red potatoes, and sweet corn on the cob, which sounds delicious. And you have an easy-to-drink wheat beer with hints of blood orange flavor, crafted by a local brewing company. That sounds pretty good. It actually sounds like one that's kind of from near like my hometown. We have quite a few craft breweries just in Ontario alone, so it's probably similar to what I'm thinking of. Now let me see here. Okay, so Raglan Road's getting in, and they're going to have the Florida Key Lime Salmon. Oh, I think Ron's going to like this one. Whiskey cured house smoked salmon, Florida Key Lime and herb crushed potatoes, pea texture, and horseradish crusted crispy skin. That sounds delicious. And I wouldn't be upset to try that one. And now let me see. Okay, here's my ultimate favorite at Springs. The Boathouse. So the Boathouse is going to have also Key West peel and eat shrimp, a seafood classic served with hot drawn butter and cocktail sauce, and the Boathouse signature beer, refreshing and flavorful lager with light and crisp fruity undertones. Okay, I was going to say, how have I never had the Boathouse signature beer? I know exactly how. That's because I always get the Christmas Old Fashioned because that drink is to die for. But now I'm going to have to get this, the Boathouse Signature Beer. That sounds actually delish. That sounds really good. So yeah, so I'm going to link this in the description. Actually, in the description. I'm going to link this in the chat. Definitely make sure you check this out. My good friends over at Earsome Emporium do have this blog that is doing really, really well. All the latest Disney news is going to be there. So please make sure that you check that out. This is that whole event. They work really hard on the channel, and they work extremely hard on the blog site. So please check them out for sure. They do, like I said, they just do a phenomenal job all the way across the board. So we definitely want to support them on that. So if you haven't visited, make sure you do. And if you haven't signed up to their mailing list, again, please make sure you do. And then we also have some stuff that happened. It premiered again. It came back, I should say, on July 4th. Very, very fitting. Where the flag retreat ceremony is back at Magic Kingdom. So every day, I believe at 5 p.m. they lower the flag and they do their whole retreat thing. Now, this is the thing. So I'm Canadian, and I don't feel like this is a practice that we typically do with our flag. I could be completely wrong, and if we do that, please let me know, fellow Canadians, because I don't particularly know. But basically what they do is, it's a daily flag retreat. Maybe it came back on July 1st, or I thought it was the 4th. It might have been the day that fireworks came back. Reese, you may know that answer. But yeah, so essentially the Magic Kingdom security team drops down the flag and they fold it in the particular way that the flags are supposed to be folded. don't ever ask me to do it because I will probably fold it like a towel and I'll never be welcome back at Magic Kingdom. So I hope they never ask me to do the flag retreat because I know I won't do it well. But yeah, so the last, yeah, that's essentially it. But Disneyland, however, they have been doing the flag retreat since they reopened officially. So they started doing it before we did. But yeah, so Elias, were you able to see the flag retreat at all? Dun, dun, dun. Hang on, I'm getting messages here. Okay, let me see. Just want to make sure I'm not stalling over on my end. Nope. That's just me. Okay, perfect. So if you are just joining us, welcome. My name is Lindsay. This is SwishWilly and Disney, and this is where we talk about all things Disney. And on Wednesdays, it's WDW Wednesday. However, we do talk about the other Disney parks as well, and it talks about all the Disney news that has been happening over the course of the past week. So I go from Wednesday to Wednesday. And if you just want to chit chat about anything, we go live on most Saturday nights at 7 p.m. So make sure you are subscribing and catching us on that night, because those nights are the nights that you guys get to drive the conversation. So yeah, fold the flag like a towel, but yeah, well I don't know how to fold flags, so that's not my fault. It's just not a practice. Major Magic Kingdom news, whereas Phillharmagic is going to be going under a slight refurbishment. But it's okay. So basically it's going to happen Magic Kingdom at Disney World later in the year. This is going to start at Disneyland and Disneyland Paris and Disney California Adventure Park. So basically it's going to be getting new scenes, and that is going to be all based on CoCo. So I don't know about you guys, but I think CoCo is extremely underrated. I know it's very popular. I just don't think it's popular enough. I thought it was great, and if you haven't watched CoCo, please do so. It's definitely on Disney Plus. It's going to be so much fun. The music in there is great. So we'll find that. And then you're obviously going to have, within those scenes, like, I can just imagine what Donald's going to get up to. Because he's wild enough as is in the current scenes. So yeah, so that's going on. So I don't know, how excited are you guys? Excited that CoCo is being added into an attraction? Do you wish it had its own attraction? Or are you totally okay with it just kind of being added into that? Because I think I would love to see it get its own attraction eventually. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I think in order for it to happen, they would have to get rid of the Grand Fiesta Tour. And I don't know if I want that to happen because it's the Grand Fiesta Tour. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I'm glad that they're bringing in CoCo somehow. But I do think that it does kind of deserve its own attraction at some point, hopefully. There's a lot of movies, I think, that deserve its own attraction, like Big Hero 6. I think Big Hero 6 should be having its own ride, and it should take place of Stitch's Great Escape, because that's essentially an unused building at this point, so I actually really think that that'd be a cool idea. Eventually, it needs its own attraction. Yes, I agree. Yes, I want to see if it's okay. So perfect. So Rachel, hey Rachel, Rachel and Ron also agree with me that it does kind of need its own attraction. It was a fantastic movie. There have been a lot of great movies, but not a lot of great movies that deserve an attraction. CoCo is definitely one of them. Let me see. What movies would you like to see have a ride that don't particularly have one right now? So I already mentioned Big Hero 6. I think that one would be really, really cool. And it doesn't even have to be like a ride. You can say like have a character meet and greet, because I think that in Canada, I think Duke Kaboom from Toy Story 4 should be a meet and greet spot. I've said that before and I will stick to it. I think he would be a hilarious character meet and greet, and I don't know anybody that didn't laugh at Duke Kaboom. I don't know. One is Keanu Reeves. Two, well, maybe this is just because like I'm Canadian and like I'm bilingual, and so I think the fact that his previous owner's name was Rajan, I think that's pretty funny. I have an Uncle Rajan, so it just kind of made me laugh. But yeah, so I think he deserves one for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Rhea should have one. All elements in a powerful story. Fair. That's very fair. And it's hard because like where would we put it, right? That's also a thing. Agreed. Not all need their own, but there are some where you're like, yo, Disney, you need to create an attraction for this. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, so I love Toy Story. Toy Story was so good that it did deserve its own land. Not many things deserve a full land based on them. However, like, yeah, there's certain ones for sure. I'm trying to go and like, I'm trying to think of specific ones that I think would be cool. You know what? Okay. So I'm not going to talk too much on this because it's upsetting for me. But as most of you know, we discussed this last week, the Canada movie has been shut down indefinitely, to be a beautiful food and wine kiosk. That has not been officially reported or confirmed. However, that is the rumor, and I'm not remotely surprised. I am hurt, but I am not surprised. But I'm not going to touch on this one too much because I'm just going to say this here, that if they needed to change it again, even though it's pretty new and has two great narrators, which is Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, if they're going to change it into an attraction, I think it should be a Mighty Ducks thing. Team USA versus Team Canada or something like this. I don't know. Something like that. I think it would be fun. But I don't know. Yeah, Ron says, oh, Canada transgressions. But I think the Mighty Ducks thing would be cool, essentially because it is hockey-based. However, that is not our official sport. Our national sport is actually lacrosse, if you didn't already know that. But we also could have, like, just sports in general. I mean, a Canadian created the baseball glove. A Canadian came up with basketball. You know, it's just like, why not? We could have sports for sure. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other things we could do. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna digress because I feel like I'll get too emotionally attached to this again. And if you were here last week, you know that I was pretty upset. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, see, and now Rachel didn't know that lacrosse was Canada's national sport. Yeah, a lot of people don't actually know that. It's actually, hockey is actually our national pastime. However, what I will say is that Disney people, the Disney product development people, or whoever design group, I don't know who it was, they thought that Canada's national sport was curling and put it on a t-shirt. So that wasn't even close. But again, I digress. Okay, so we're going to move on. We are going to move on, and I'm just hopeful that we're going to see CRPs show up in Epcot very, very soon. Travel restrictions are loosening up across the globe, so hopefully that means we can get some people over here on their work visas. Well, over here, I'm not in Florida, over there, and get them working over there. Because I think, like, what's Epcot's World Showcase without people actually from that country? So, you know what I mean. Yeah. Rachel knows all about the random whoopsies. The time where they put New South Wales on the Welsh map on the shirt. That New South Wales is, I believe, in Australia. So, yeah. But anyhow, so we're going to move on a little bit. So let's go talk about something also that has reopened or is reopening. It has reopened. Anyone who loves mini putt, get ready because the Winter Summerland miniature golf course has opened on July 1st. So we got fireworks, we got the flag retreat, and we got mini golf. So what more could you ask for? Like, that's fun. I think I played there once, and it was so long ago that I don't even really remember it, but I would do it again for sure. For sure. You have the summer course and you have the winter course. I would take the winter course. Yeah, I think I just stuck to that Canadian stereotype where we like the winter. I just really want, like, the Christmas themed course because I love Christmas. So, you know. So, that's so funny. So Reese just asked if I was talking about Canada. Yeah, I am. They officially covered up the signage, and that's upsetting. So anyway, back to mini golf. So yeah, you have the winter course and you have the summer course, so that is opening very, very soon. We also have some really exciting news that is happening on July 15th in Disneyland Paris. If you don't already know this, they are actually going to start their annual passes again. So you are able to purchase an annual pass for Disneyland Paris starting next week, which is super cool. I really hope they do this for Orlando because I would like to purchase one. So, yeah. Really, everything I loved reopened after I left Florida. Oh no! Oh, Megan. You'll just have to go back really, really soon. You'll have to go back so soon. Yeah, so we have that. Wow, that was good. So I can't wait. I think it's really, really great because Disneyland Paris was closed for so long. I mean, Disneyland in California was also closed a crazy long time. So I think it's great that at least somebody's getting some annual passes. However, I don't know how I feel about their new fast pass system. It's basically, I feel like I am misunderstanding something because it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna have to look it up. Give me 1 second here. Like, I feel like it's just kind of a little bit of a bamboozle, if you don't mind me saying. So basically, they have retired the free fast pass system. And that essentially means that now Disneyland in California, you had to kind of purchase to get the Max Pass. This is like what's kind of weird. So essentially, this is what I think I misunderstood. I'm understanding that you have to purchase, that you can either like purchase like a bulk like package for your ticket, which is, I believe, like ranging probably from $100 to $300 a day per ticket, maybe. Or you can purchase a fast pass per attraction. Now, if there's somebody in here that knows slightly different or can confirm or deny these things that I am saying, please let me know. It is called Disney Premier Access, which is weird that they went with that title because that's what they call the Disney Plus like premieres. Like, so Black Widow is going on Premier Access this week. We had Mulan on it. That kicked it off. Then you also had Raya and the Last Dragon. You currently had Cruella. So I think it's kind of weird that they adopted that same name. But yeah, so let me see if I can read this properly. Okay. Let's see. Okay, the standard, Let me see. Okay. See, and like, it's a bit confusing. I don't know. I feel like I'm just completely off the mark on it, to be quite honest. Let me see. So, okay, you can choose to purchase Disney Premier Access on the Disneyland Paris app when it launches in the summer. So the app is, I believe, only starting in the summer. And it says this optional digital service allows guests to enjoy the ability to skip the regular queue line for some of our most beloved attractions, including a mix of all thrill rides, Disney classics, and experiences for the whole family. From anywhere inside the parks, guests can use the app to book an assigned time slot for select attractions with prices at launch from €8 to €15 per person per ride, depending on the attraction and day of use. Guests without a smartphone can also purchase Disney Premier Access at select locations in the parks. By choosing Disney Premier Access, guests have the option for more flexibility in planning their day and will be able to spend even more time enjoying attraction shows and so much more. Okay. Yeah, okay, we can spend more time, but I'm going to spend more money as well. So that is one of those things where I'm like, I don't quite get it. Now, okay, there's the initial attractions included Big Thunder Mountain, Hyperspace Mountain, Peter Pan's Flight, Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast, Star Tours, Autopia, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and Ratatouille, L'Aventure Totalement Toqué de Rémy. That's basically Ratatouille's adventure. Remy's Ratatouille adventure. And then, but as Disneyland Paris continues to assess many aspects of their business and make changes where they needed both current environment and the future of resort, the addition of the Stand By Pass. Okay. Yeah, so it was closed for a while. I understand on a business standpoint that Disney does need to get their finances back in order, being they were closed for so long. They still had to do the maintenance on the attractions and all that fun stuff. However, I don't like that. And I really, really, really hope that that's not how they're going to go about it when it comes to United States, because we still don't have Fast Pass back in either Disneyland or Walt Disney World. So I'm praying that they don't bring it back like that as per attraction. I can understand. I think they could bring it back in the way that Universal does it, where you just pay for it on your ticket before you go in. So it is a little bit of a heavier cost, but you can also have that included on your annual pass. So hopefully that's how it's going to run. I don't know for sure, obviously. They haven't said a single thing about it. So we'll find out. The only thing we know about Fast Passes at Disney World is that they've taken off the little tarp covers on top. And they do function, because if you were to go and hit your magic band against it, it will go ding, ding, and like spin. But, you know, I believe the use of Disney Premier is probably meant to create synergy. They want to build it as a sub-brand so it evokes a similar response to the incremental spend. Just because that's what I'm thinking too, actually. Okay, so when I hear Premier, it obviously sounds like there's an extra cost point. That does sound accurate to me. I just find they could have worded it differently and kept Premier Access. Like, I don't know. It could be like the Disney Parks Premier Access, or like even Disneyland Paris Premier Access. It just says like Disney Premier Access. I don't know. What do I know? Hey Cheryl, thanks for joining. We are just chit-chatting about the Disneyland Paris Fast Pass system and how it's pay per attraction. But I think that it is going to go back to the Walt Disney World Resort with a fee, but I think they're going to structure it more in the sense of how Universal Studios does it, because that is a direct competition in the same city. So I believe that's probably the route they'll go. Again, I don't know anything. No one tells me anything. I don't have anyone in the inside operation like that. So yeah, I won't really know. But all we know is that Fast Passes are available for purchase starting in the summer once the Disneyland app is up and running. So that is happening. But now, this is where, now I think, if Nat, if you're still here, this is where we're going to start talking about the really fun stuff. So this week, actually yesterday, if you were part of the RunDisney, or the Club RunDisney Gold or Platinum memberships, you got to sign up for the Food and Wine Festival run. So the Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend was open to you to sign up for yesterday. And if you are just looking to sign up, you can do that next week on the 13th, which is like super exciting because we have in-person races coming back. Now, we did talk about this last week, but I'm super pumped about it, and we're going to talk about it again because this is just awesome. So we have Wine and Dine coming back. I am not going to do this one because, one, I'm not going to have enough time to train. I'm coming off of a foot injury. That was not fun. I'm still waiting on those x-ray results. But I am praying that I will be hunky-dory and fit and ready to go for the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, which is the first weekend in January. I'm pumped for it because I really, really want to do the Goofy Challenge. So I've done the Dopey Challenge before. It was great. I had a lot of fun doing it. However, I'm planning on doing the Dopey for 2023. So I'm going to save my dollars and just scale down to the Goofy Challenge. But yeah, so, okay, so we have that. So yeah, I think Nat is going to do the virtual, which is cool because we can essentially still kind of do the race together, Nat, you know? So yeah, okay, so Nat has done the Goofy twice. Yeah, so that's hey, how are you? Yeah, so she's going to do it virtual. I think she's just going to do the marathon virtual, which is fine because you should get up early with me, Nat, and then we'll do it together at the same time. that way we'll have some fun with it, I think. I mean, if you want, I feel like that'd be fun. So this year's this year's Wine and Dine. So I did make a Run Disney video, and I will get that link for you. Just give me 2 quick seconds here. Yeah, so I did make a Run Disney video that you can definitely watch and get all that information for. I talk about all of the weekends that they have talked about up to this point. Obviously, more information is definitely going to come out as we go. Oh, good. I'm glad you're having fun. Okay, so give me 2 quick seconds here, and I will pop that in the chat. Okay, so here is the Run Disney vlog that talks about the whole thing. Hard to run in January here. It is really hard, I know. Yeah, I know. Hey, you know what? Let's look at this. Where's Reese? I think I got this to work. Hang on, where is he? Let's see. Are you guys seeing this? Because I am. It's working! It is working. So, where is Reese? Hang on, I gotta figure this out. I don't think he's watching right now, but that's okay. But anyway, so that is the fun that we have on here. You might be doing a marathon. You might be doing the marathon in December. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yay, I'm so happy that that worked. So fun. Look at this. Look at me getting all fancy. Okay, that's awesome. Perfect. So, yay. How fun and fancy. So yeah, that's essentially what we're chit-chatting about. So the Run Disney the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend is going to be themed over the 50th anniversary. So I am really excited to see these medals. I think they're just going to be super, super awesome. I don't know. I just can't wait. I can't wait. They're going to be all iridescent. Yeah, fancy Lindsay. You know, I'm fancy Nancy over here. Move over. I need my own Disney Junior cavalcade in Hollywood Studios. Watch out, fancy Nancy. I'm coming. So yeah, so we have some pretty exciting stuff over there. The Wine and Dine half marathon is actually cool because this one's going to be villains based. This is the first time that the entirety of it is going to be villain based. And kind of it's food based, but not. I think they're going to focus mainly on the villains, which is very, very, very cool. I think it's about time we have a villains race, especially because the very first Run Disney race that I ever did was the Tower of Terror 10 miler. And that one was very cool because it was essentially Halloween oriented. There was a lot of spookiness going around, you know. I don't know. You had the really, really cool stuff. So now it'll be nice because it does look like they are bringing the villains in on this. Now, this is stuff that we don't know what the kids' races are going to be. The only thing that I know is that it's going to be Captain Hook themed. So that's cool. They are retheming the kids' races. So they're now going to be called the Run Disney Kids Adventures. So I don't know what the distances are yet. They're still haven't really announced that just yet. Hopefully they announce it fairly soon though, because general registration for kids races is coming up. So unless they just decide not to do it no, they're going to do it because they already have the marketing out. It's Captain Hook. Yeah. So the 5K is going to be the Evil Queen. Then you also have the 10K, which is going to be Nightmare Before Christmas based. The characters that are displaying are Oogie Boogie and Jack Skellington. The half marathon is going to be Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove, which I think is really cool. That's a pull that I'm a big fan of. And then the the challenge, the 2-course challenge is going to be Ursula, which I think's cool. I do wish that we had Hades or Dr. Facilier in there. Those are my 2 top favorite villains. So if anybody is a Disney villains fan, please let me know in the chat who your favorite Disney villain is, because I just think that's a fun way to go about it. So again, like I said, my top villains are Dr. Facilier and Hades for sure. Can't tell me otherwise. Those are my faves. I mean, Ursula's great. I like Scar as well. But you can't beat Hades and Dr. Facilier. Just saying. Speaking of Dr. Facilier, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. Okay, Megan. Yes, you were just supposed to say Dr. Facilier. Megan, I feel like every time we talk, we have more and more similarities. So, oh, thank you, Joseph. This was like my weird thing where, okay, so I used to work in the NBA. I still kind of do, but this season's pretty much done. So my season got cut short because of everything that happened, and then they moved over to Disney World, and unfortunately I couldn't travel with them, but I was able to get this awesome sweater because I was there during playoffs, so that was fun. But yeah, so I am going to pop this on. Let me do that. Okay, let's see. Do I have a favorite? Of course I do. I am a diehard Toronto Raptors fan. Not just because I like used to work for them, but it's just they're my team. They always have been my team. Yeah, I have so much Raptors gear in here. But hang on, where's my favorite thing? There it is. Hang on. Wait, this is the ultimate. I have my own fancy dancy championship ring. So that's exciting. But yeah, so the Raptors are definitely my favorite. Okay, Ron loves Shere Khan. Interesting poll. That's an interesting poll. Who is your favorite team? Do I miss Kawhi? No. Okay, so as a human, I do. Because he is a genuinely really nice person. On my team, not necessarily. I mean, yeah, because, I mean, he's a great player, but I feel like, I mean, he did some great things for the team. I just don't know. This is the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment gave me this ring. So it's not the one the players are wearing, but it's slightly more advanced than the replicas. So they gave that out to their, they gave that out to their employees and stuff. So everyone who worked for the team. And King Louis, man, what a beat. Yeah, my fave villain is Queen Bee of Villains, my girl Ursula. Solid choice. So if you want to run Disney and you want Ursula on your medal, you gotta do the 2-course challenge. But yeah, so do I miss Kawhi? I don't know. I feel like if Kyle left last year, that would have been more upsetting to me than Kawhi, but I think that's just because like every Raptors fan knew Kawhi wasn't going to stay. We knew he was going to go back to California. So, oh my God, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's the thing. You play off of what you see, and if you like something, then hey, that's all part of it. So, yeah, we can chit chat about anything. And technically, it's still Disney related because we have this. I have also, hang on, let me see if I can find it. I think it's in this backpack. I think it is. Okay, so here, we're going to keep this basketball, but we're also going to keep this Disney. So I have this lovely Magic Band, but it has the Raptors logo on it. I think that is just so cute. Anyway, so that's my favorite Magic Band I own. I have a lot of really cool ones. And some of my friends are holding some for me. I know Ron is holding some for me because they've been lifesavers and getting me the Magic Bands that I want so bad. But yeah. Yeah, see? Love my Raptors. But yeah, so that's that's fun. I love talking basketball. Isn't it not? I thought it was the cutest little thing. I'm like, I need that for sure. Yeah. Hey, Jared. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining in. We are just like chit-chatting away over here. Let me see. It's weird. So my like live button over here says I've only been live for 27 minutes, but I know that is not accurate. Yes, customized Magic Bands are the best. And you see, Ron knows what a merch emergency is now. He has basically gotten used to the lingo in which my friends and I use when things are necessary. If I say, hey, merch emergency, he knows that he's got to be on high alert. Without Kawhi, you wouldn't have a championship ring. Remember the few bounces on the... Who does? I have a t-shirt with that shot on it. So who doesn't remember that? Who does not remember that? You need to create your own Magic Band image. I should. That is a good idea. Ooh. All of the thoughts. See, okay. And yes, I know Kawhi helped us get to the championship. The great thing, though, about the Raptors is that we had a team that was great already behind him. You know, like it wasn't a one-man team. Like Kyle was there, OG was there. We had all, I mean, don't get me started on Norm Powell. But, you know what I mean? We had Serge Ibaka. We had all these guys that were coming through clutch. And we had a bench mob. Don't forget about that. We had a bench mob. It was fantastic. Disney shopping is so much fun. So much fun. I feel like I'm going to need to have a whole sports day on this channel because I could talk basketball for like hours and I could talk hockey for hours. I could talk baseball for hours. But yeah, so, you know, yeah, so Disney shopping is so much fun. And see, and Reese also loves merch emergencies. But they're like the bane of our existence at the same time. Merch emergencies are so, so fun. See, now yes, I think that they can win again. I think that they can. But, you know, just saying. We had a rough season this year, though. We had a rough season. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Kyle's going into free agency, so who knows? Maybe we won't have Kyle next year. Which I'll be upset about, but I'll be okay because I already got his jersey, so we're fine. But yeah. But yeah, so basically, I feel like, am I blurry? Am I blurry or am I good? I can't tell. Oh, I think I'm good. Okay. But yeah, so they need you as a coach. Of course they need me as a coach. I'm fantastic. I would be a great coach. Nick Nurse is great though, so I don't want to take Nick Nurse's job. Okay, so now that this went over to the basketball route, I have to make sure that we have covered everything that I wanted to chit chat about. So we also have in RunDisney here. Let me show this again. Here, Reese, check this out. Hey, if we go back to RunDisney, we can talk about the Princess Half Marathon, which is also going to be happening in February. So that's really, really exciting. Just Willie is too mean to coach. How rude. Do you think annual passes will return? I don't know when they're coming back, but they need to come back like now because I need one. So hopefully, I know that I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was Bob Chapek, a Disney executive, said that annual passes would be coming back later in the year. I just don't know what is later. Is later like later in July? Is later September? Or is later like the end of the year? So, you know, but yeah, so we have the Princess Half Marathon that happens in February. Then we have one, okay, so we've been used to getting the Star Wars ones, and Star Wars is not coming back. Thanks, Reese. I am just so happy I got them up and running. Ooh, oh, wrong way. RunDisney. Fun. Later is too late. How about now? I agree with you, Joseph. I also want it to come back right now. And here's the funny thing is, like, I never ever thought in my wildest dreams that I would go enough that I would need an annual pass, but that has that's my life now, is that I need an annual pass. So after all the hard work, you finally got them to work. Yes, it took me forever, but I did it. Thank goodness. But yeah, so I actually feel like, let me see, what time are we out? I just don't want to go too much over because I usually stick to an hour. Okay, we got about 5-10 minutes left of the stream. I am a Canadian. Did I say A? I probably did. I never hear myself when I say that. So if I did say A, then yeah. I just don't say it in the way that a lot of people think we say it. Like, I don't say, I'm Canadian, eh? Because I don't need you to go, yeah, you're Canadian. Because I know I am. But if I'm like, it's like a confirmation of a statement. So if I said, it's hot outside, eh? That's to get you to go, yeah, it is hot. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it is. But you also need the Mickey Run image. Oh, let me see. Let me see, Nat. Let me see if I can get this here. Wait for it. Look. Look at that. I am a master. I am the master. There we go. That's all for Nat. She asked for it. Do you think in Canada a show will ever come back to... Reese is just asking me this because he wants to get me heated. Look at the crying emoji. Reese, I swear to God, And he is probably dying laughing sitting in his chair. And yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at the movie better come back, because it just has to. They don't want to feel the wrath of SwishWilly over here. It's not a good look. Not a good look for me or for them. I'm like, no, it just needs to come back. I am not. Amanda, hey, welcome, Amanda. Will character meet and greets come back this year? I am really, really hoping so. There's no guarantee. They haven't made any announcements at all. I think we'll have a better idea once the After Hours event starts next month, because I feel like if they're going to bring characters back, they'll probably start with the events that they can kind of control the capacity a bit more. So I think we'll know a little bit more then. I'm not banking on it, but oh my god, Ron. But yeah, so I feel like I really hope that they bring the characters back. I understand why they're not just yet. They have loosened a lot of the restrictions so far, and that's kind of like that, and parades are going to be the last little bit. Well, entertainment in general will be the last little bit to come in. So we shall see, but I don't know. It's hard to say, Amanda. It is really hard to say. Very hard to say. Look at that. See, Reese is killing himself over here. Are you sure you want it to come back? You don't sound too good. Reese, and you know what he's doing? He's doing this right now. He just did that. I bet you anything. And his face is beet red laughing. I can see it right now. Reese, devil child. The devil child. Canada's still in lockdown, eh? To a degree. Each province is different. I'm in Ontario. And yeah, see, correct. I know Reese very well at this point. But so Ontario, we're still in, we're on stage two of reopening. Step 3 is like, we're open. But yeah, Canada, like we've opened it up to Canadians going in and out without having to use the quarantine hotel. Oh yeah, I do love when you wind me up, Reese. But yeah, so we don't have to do the quarantine hotel right now if you are fully vaccinated, which is great. However, the country is still, we're not letting anybody else in, essentially, unless it's for an essential travel purpose. But yeah, we're biding our time over here. I mean, our case count's going down significantly, and our vaccine rate's going up. So hopefully that will just keep moving right along, and we'll be fine. So fingers crossed. I know I'm fully vaxxed. That's all I need to know. What are your opinions on the sign being covered? Reese, I am just going to ignore your comments now because you just, no. This is what, my mod is trolling me right now. My mod is trolling me right now. You better watch out, Reese, or I'll take your wrench away. You don't need that to happen. You'd say mute him. It's essential that I see you and get a Disney trip. Why can't the governments understand? That's what I'm saying. Commonwealth, I feel like Commonwealth should allow to travel back and forth together. That's just what I'm saying. And that way I can go and tell Reese what for with all this. Oh man. Big words. Reese, I swear to gosh. Oh, Reese. What am I going to do with little Reese? Anyhow, but yeah, so I feel like on that note, since now my mod is starting to troll me, I believe that I should probably end this stream. It has been a wonderful evening sharing it with you guys. Again, let me know in the comments where exactly you guys are chatting in from, because that's super fun with me. And also, please make sure that you are tuning in on Saturdays, because we do SwishWilly Saturdays, where you guys get to guide the conversation. So it's not necessarily going to be Disney related. It doesn't have to be like Universal related. It can just be simply what you guys are wanting to talk about that weekend. So yeah, as long as we keep it family friendly. But yeah, so anyhow, but yeah, so let me know again on Saturday what you guys want to chit chat about. So I will see you on Hey Zach, Forever Making Magic. I am so sorry that you're just tuning in right now, but I'm heading out for the night.